What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Tasty Bit on Tasty Loot Gaming. My name's Seth, and yeah, I'm going to be doing our very first ever review of a game. I will be reviewing Deus Ex: Mankind Divided for the PS4, the sequel to Deus Ex: Human Revolution. Yeah, and a part of the long existing series of Deus Ex. Now, for my quickie review, I loved this game. I liked it way more than I thought I would. Exceeded my expectations in every single way. It's probably one of my favorite games of 2016 so far, which is big praise from me. And I highly recommend it to anybody who likes the series, likes RPGs, likes FPSs, likes video games, likes storyline-driven games, likes games like Skyrim, Morrowind. It's just a really stellar game. On to my more in-depth review, though. Now, I took a bunch of notes as I was playing the game on things that I thought were worth mentioning, so I'm just going to go through those, and then we'll get into that deeper. First and foremost, I really appreciated in Deus Ex: Mankind Divided that Adam Jensen as a character feels more fleshed out. In the first game, as it was a introduction to this character and kind of an origin story. Miller, in this game, it feels like Adam Jensen
just getting off the train now.
Copy that.
Is not necessarily more confident, but more in control of who he is, his powers, his augments, and how having these augments affects him in this world. He seems more in control in dialogue, which is another thing I want to note. The writing in this game is so much better than the last game. It makes up like almost 50% of my enjoyment of the game. It's just how good the conversations play out. But anyway, Adam Jensen feels more like a character, less like Christian Bale Batman. I enjoyed his banter with other characters, some of his remarks to things he doesn't agree with were always really enjoyable. Just really good dialogue and a really good building upon his character. If they make another one, which I hope they do, I hope he feels more like this and less like the last game. The last game was too much fucking I never asked for this stuff. Speaking of of things carrying over as his character, the story, even though has people divided, mankind divided, is more precise. In my opinion, a lot of people are not a lot of people. People in their reviews, if they have to really dock anything on the game, it's the story. And I feel like it's because the story's not as grandiose as the last games. The last game's storyline is really big, really worldwide, which is cool, but at the same time felt over bloated and convoluted. This storyline is very straightforward. It's essentially, without spoiling anything, after the events of the last game, people don't trust augments anymore. Augments and naturals, people without augments, are divided, and there are laws trying to be passed that are further dividing the augments and the naturals. And because of all this, there are terrorist groups growing, and one happens to bomb I believe, a train station, subway, in the game, and that kind of starts off your investigation on who bombed this place and why they did it. The last game, like I said, the storyline was way bigger than that, way crazier than that, but at the same time, most people don't even remember what the fuck happened. I think the storyline in this benefits it. I think it's big for Adam Jensen as a character. I think it evolves him, and I also think it opens it up for a new chapter in this storyline. Great soundtrack, of course. Michael McCann, I'm a huge fan of Michael McCann. He did the soundtrack for the last game, this game, and where I was disappointed that this game had no like amazing theme song like the last game did. Probably one of my favorite soundtracks in games is the last game. It makes up for in the ambient music and the action music in the gameplay of Mankind Divided. So yeah, no really cool theme song like the last game, but the overall soundtrack really creates this atmosphere with like intrigue, mystery, sci-fi elements, really hard punching, driving music when you're shooting at people, getting shot at, when you're sneaking around. Really good soundtrack. It really elevates the game completely. Plus the credit song is amazing. Open exploration. So, the last game, I keep comparing to the last game for obvious reasons, but the last game had, I think, about 3 open areas you can go around. That almost started kind of feeling just like bigger hallways with ups and downs. That's about it. This game is mostly based out of Prague. There's about 4 districts that you can explore, and then you'll go on missions outside of Prague to other bigger locations as well, but you come back to Prague as it progresses and changes throughout the storyline. I actually liked this more because Prague, as a center of the storyline, first off, is really well designed, has so much shit to look for, find, people to meet, side quests to do. I spent hours in the first district, just like sneaking around, checking out shit, hacking stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do there. And like I said, because they focus strictly on just this city versus like multiple cities, even though there is a second city in the game. But like I said, you go there and you come back. It just feels deeper. It has almost like a Dark Souls like level design to it. You'll go to certain places, you'll go this way, that way, all of a sudden you come back to a place that you were at originally. You had no idea that path even went that way. Really cool, really enjoyed exploring Prague. On my second playthrough, I'm trying to check out places I didn't see the first time. Really dug that. Already talked about great dialogue in a sense. I really like the dialogue trees. I think it's really smart the way they did it. They did a good job on not making you feel bad for any decision you make. So if you want to be more aggressive in the way you talk to people, more softer, more consoling, no matter what you do, you always feel like because you wanted to do that, it was the right decision. I really appreciate that. I hate in games when it's like, you can do whatever you want, but then you pick something you think would be more fun for you or, whatever, and then people in the game are like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just make you feel bad. Not that that matters too much, but it's nice feeling confident in your decisions always. And I think that's a big feat on their part to accomplish, and they did it. And choices. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of different choices you can go about doing things. I think one of the strengths of this game that I really like is there's always at least two ways to do anything. Whether it's stealth, shooting, dialogue, there's always multiple ways to go about doing everything. Even pathing. There's a door you want to hack, there's probably another way in that room, always, which I really think is cool. Great visual style, this goes without saying. I love Cyberpunk. I love the way this world looks. I love the design of all the augments, all the guns. The world's just fucking really cool looking. And on PS4, as I assume on PC, looks even better. Being, modern day console, looks fantastic. Very clean. It's not the best looking game ever, but their art style and how smooth everything is and how just polished everything looks, really good looking game. I really enjoyed checking things out. Intricate design, already talked about that. Always two ways to win. I talked about that a little bit, but I want to get a little further into that. Even to the point of boss battles, there's multiple ways to go about it, which is really cool because in the last game, as you probably remember, unless you never pay attention to the last game, the game was really fun, but as soon as you got to a boss battle, you would watch a cinematic and then you'd fight the dude or the chick, and then you would end. Like, the boss fight would end and then you just fucking done with it. In this game, they listened to that. They also said originally that they had a different team working on the boss battles, and that kind of made sense because they felt different than the rest of the game. But they listened to what people complained about when it came to that, their concerns, and they actually fixed it. It wasn't until like the third boss in the game that I even realized there was boss battles in the game. I was just bypassing them through conversation, which I'm not even upset about because I liked the way those conversations went. I liked the way the story progressed that way. On my second playthrough, I want to try and get into those boss battles just to see what they're like. But I think it's really cool that I was able to talk my way through these situations because it doesn't take you away from the game itself. Also, when you do fight bosses, you can either shoot them, or you can stealth through the missions, hacking the boss battles, hacking things, and making drones and turrets, stuff like that, fight the fight for you. So even if you get into a fight, there's multiple ways to go about that. So a lot of choices, even in boss battles, really fucking cool. New augments. They kept all the augments from the last game, which is really cool, which is good, expected. But they added some new augments, and the way they incorporate that in the storyline, I think it's a really smart way. I liked the way it kind of like fit into the storyline, and I don't want to spoil it in any way, but it does fit into the storyline why he has new augments, and they're all really cool so far from what I've used. I mean, he has one that's called Titan Armor, I believe. It essentially absorbs damage. He has one where he can teleport, which reminds me of Dishonored. Really cool. I liked that one a lot. There's one that slows down time, of course. There's like a force push one. There's one where you can shoot his blades. Bunch of new augments. Really cool. And in the beginning of the game, you have to get rid of some of your old augments to use the new ones. Really interesting system, but that changes. And overall, the game is just better than the first game. That first game I actually really liked. I was so excited for it. So I don't know, so pumped for it. The trailer for Human Revolution is probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a video game. And then I played it, and I liked it, but the boss battles kind of sucked. And overall, I felt like what could be Eidos's Metal Gear Solid, essentially, kind of fell flat to bad cinematics and a storyline that was just too bloated. Plus, a main character who looks cool, but just really had no personality. And it's amazing that they were able to fix every single thing about that. That's why this game exceeds the last game in every way. And for the people who say the story's not that great, it's kind of small, I disagree. I think it better lends itself to continuing this story of Adam Jensen, and I think the ending, especially my ending, was really good at kind of laying down some foreshadowing of what's to come, and I'm actually really excited for that. So I can't wait for a third one. Two things that I thought were cons for this game, to be fair, even though obviously I've been saying how great this game is. It's stiff feeling. This game is first and foremost an RPG over FPS, which is fine. I get that. And for people who don't like FPS, actually that's a benefit. For people like me and a lot of people who might play a lot of FPSs, you can't jump into this game thinking you're going to be like playing Call of Duty, which, like I said, not a bad thing. I actually like that it's slower paced and more stiff, but it is something that you have to kind of get used to. The game does not flow as well as another FPS, but once you start getting your augments and all that stuff like that, and using the cover system, you don't notice it anymore. But it is something I noticed as I played it. And the biggest thing I fucking hated about or disliked about this game was bad lip syncing. It is fucking atrocious. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't ruin the game for me, but anytime I would like focus on looking at someone's lips when they talked, I just like would like, it was like nails on a chalkboard. It's like, oh god, it's just like, it's not even that the lips don't match the talking, it's the lips are off sync from the audio track. So they'll say something and then the lips start moving like a second after, and it's just right fucking there. It's like, oh, it bothers the fuck out of me. So anytime I watched dialogue or cinematics, I tried to not look at their mouth. But yeah, overall, like I said before, I think this game improves in the series in every single way, based off the new series, not the whole series. Adam Jensen's more fleshed out. Storyline I really liked. It's simple but powerful. The guns are awesome. The augments are awesome. The characters are interesting. I think more interesting than the last game. Any characters that were not that interesting in the last game, they completely ditched. But you can still hear about them in conversation, which I think is cool. They're not forgotten. The world's awesome. I love the setting. Really cool side quests. I mean, I beat this game in like 3 days. And it's not even because it's a short game. I just couldn't stop playing it. And I'm playing New Game Plus now, and I probably will beat it again within the week. So yeah, highly, highly, highly recommended. Probably one of my favorite games of 2016. When I say that, probably top 5. Uncharted 4 is up there for sure too. So probably beats it, but still, it's up there with that. Really big surprise, especially after No Man's Sky, the disappointment with that, hyped for that, played it. It was like, okay. This game, I was like, oh cool, another Deus Ex. Played it, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking good. So, because this is getting high reviews, but no one's really talking about it, figured I would do a review and let you guys know. I highly recommend this to anyone who likes RPGs, FPSs, Deus Ex in general, Cyberpunk, any of the Elder Scrolls games, any game where you like exploration and open worlds, any game where you make choices like Mass Effect. Really any game that you want more than a 15-minute deathmatch out of. I think you'll enjoy this game. So yeah, I recommend it to almost everybody. And I hope more people pick it up because I want them to be rewarded for listening to the community and making an already fun series better. If they keep doing that, the next game will be even better, hopefully. And at that point, I think we'd be on the cusp of having a new great game series. So that's gonna do it for my review, though. And in my reviews, I don't do ratings. You'll just have to hear what I said and take it at that. I recommend it to you. Check it out. Definitely go buy it. That's gonna do it for this review on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Check out our other episodes. We have so many of them, it's stupid. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. My name's Seth, and until the next episode, which should be Friday, I believe we're doing a Tasty Cast, episode 12. Have a good week, guys, and take it easy.